Hey guys, so today I want to compare the Galaxy S2 versus the iPhone 5 having iOS 7. Let's do this. Yeah. So the Galaxy S2 is it's starting to get a little bit old. It's 2011 phone, but does it work? 2011 and 2013, of course. Yes, it works. It's actually an okay device. So we'll be taking a look at it here, comparing it against the new iPhone 5's iOS update, which is the iOS 7 update. Why don't you want to be removed? I'm not sure why. Let's begin. So the first thing here that we can see on the lock screens is that, first of all, we have Android 4.1 Jelly Bean here on the S2. It's the latest one that I did pick up and can have. I'm not really sure if we can have quick access. I mean, these looks very similar here. You have a nice background. Let's unlock these two devices. I'm not sure if you can have quick access to apps on the lock screen on the S2 here. I can only assume that you should be able to have that. So it should be in the display mode. Screen timeout, smart screen. Lock screen, oh, I'm sorry. So let's go into lock screen options here. Okay, so we can have some options here. So you can definitely also have some apps on the lock screen. Let's just add some. Like Angry Birds and stuffs. There we go. So you have quick access to some apps here on the S2. How does the iOS 7 match that up? Well, first you have quick access to the camera. So you at least have some quick access, even though you don't have control over the specific app. It is the camera app that you always have quick access to. And I assume that Apple usually knows what people wanna use the most. So you can see here also that all the apps in iOS 7 has been updated, and one of those new things are that you now have the square mode here, which is like an Instagram mode from what I've heard. I'm not quite sure if that's the case though. Other features that we do have on the lock screen over here is that we do have, if you slide from the bottom, we do kind of get this page here where we have some quick toggles. And quick toggles, of course, on the S2, you can find them up here when you swipe down from the top. So you kind of get the same here. You get still some extra toggles here, toggles on the S2. On the iPhone, you do get those that you usually probably would use though, the Wi-Fi airplane mode, Bluetooth mode, do not disturb mode when you don't want to have anyone to disturb you, like calling you and stuff, sending you messages, screen orientation mode. Also here we have the brightness slider here. Perfect, awesome, good stuff. You can see you have the music player here on the iPhone 5. You get the music player though when you don't see it all the time on the S2, but you get it once you start to play music. Then you will see it over here, but it doesn't take up space. And then we do have some quick access to some apps here on the iPhone. Of course, just very simple apps that you can just download. But I think the Apple, I've seen that a lot of people download the flashlight, so that's of course very useful. You have a quick access to, of course, the alarm mode, which is also very nice, something that people use a ton. A calculator, which is also very nice. And then also, if you swipe down, you do have another way to go quickly to the camera. So very useful over there. But where do you see all your notifications on the iPhone? Well, I assume that you will see all the notifications up here at the top when you scroll down. Of course, in the Android version, you see all the notifications over here, and then they have kind of the control center that Apple have fixed when you swipe up. That is what Android already have over here. Which one is better? Well, you can never decide. Well, the cool thing here is that Apple is taking advantage of two ways to go up and down. So first the top side that usually Android is using, but also at the bottom side, which is extremely clever. Also with the Apple now to search in iOS. Before it was that you swipe to the left. Now you just do one swipe down like that on any page, and then you can just type in whatever. And the cool thing I think with iOS is that you can search for, it seems like it has better search integration, because you can search both for apps and songs that you have on your device. And I mean, that's just awesome that you can see that, both songs and stuff that I have and apps. And I think that's super awesome. If I want to do the same thing here in Android, I'm pretty sure how I should. I can find the apps here in my app drawer, but if I want to search, I'm not really sure if you can do that even. I mean, I do know that you can go search online, but if you want to search for anything apps or any things that you have on your device, I'm pretty sure if there's a very good way to do that on Android. I mean, of course there is some app out, but the cool integration here in iOS 7 is extremely nice. Of course, I just have one way here to search if I click the menu button, but then this is like online and stuff, so that's a little bit different, I think. Also, of course, still with Android, you can have apps and widgets, and you have your app library here, so you can hide your apps and widgets behind that little button, and of course you can download a ton of more widgets and apps, while Apple still is a little bit hardcore here on only rocking apps here on the page. They don't have a library with widgets and apps, so you always see your apps here on these home screens. You can of course put them in small little folders here, and the folder system seems to have been updated here, so you can have large and big folders, which is definitely something that I do enjoy a ton, compared to how it looks like here with the S2. They have kind of the same system I think iOS 6 had. So if you just create a little folder here, so you just drag them on top, so you can see a difference here. Let's see, go in here. So this is the difference here, that you can have a ton of apps in one folder now in iOS, it seems, and I'm pretty sure you have a limit here on how many you can have on the S2, so a little bit of a difference there. And of course also the multitasking way, you hold in, let's see here, you hold in on the S2, where you double tap here on the iPhone, and the multitasking way is, I mean, here you have a swiping way where you can just swipe away apps that you have opened up any direction. You have a quick access here to close everything, which is extremely nice. Here in Apple iPhone 5, they have made it a little bit more center, which I definitely do enjoy a ton. The older system was kind of horrible, but they still should have an option here to remove everything with a simple little tap, so you can remove all apps that is open up at the same time. That would definitely be useful, and I think that a lot of people would love to use that. Overall, if you haven't noticed, you probably already have noticed that in iOS 7, every single app will be updated in terms of how it looks like. You can see the phone app, the Mail app, the Safari app, the music app. Every app has been updated, and that's just because, of course, Apple can control the whole experience. They have the phone, they have the hardware, they have the software, they have everything, which could be very, very nice. And I think most people will get used to this. Also, you can see that they have a little bit more animations here than what Android have, I'm pretty sure. When you open up apps and stuff, maybe I'm just being wrong. Of course, you can add a ton of, if you talk about features, you can definitely add more, of course, in Android. When you go to new pages and stuff, you can have your own custom UI. Of course, the support for the S2 is so big, so there's so many different firmwares you can install and customize the whole UI of the phone, completely change it exactly how you want it. Definitely that freedom there. You will definitely be able to have that freedom maybe on the iPhone if there will come out the jailbreak for iOS 7, but we'll see if that's gonna come out. We have no idea right now, or I mean, I haven't checked out the latest updates. And of course, iOS 7 right now is not out for everyone. It will take some time before it's gonna come out. And also, we have a difference in pricing on these two devices. Definitely, the S2 is still a very good device. You can see I can go into menus. I have one of the latest version of Android, and I don't have any major issues. And for a lot of people that buy phones, price is really a big deal. It's really big thing there that they are thinking about. Of course, the S2 doesn't have all of the features that the new S4 has, and they probably won't pick up many of those features like more toggles. And let's see here, if you do have lock screen widgets. No, you don't have any lock screen widgets here on the S2 as you have on the S4 and some new Galaxy devices, but that might come in the future. Definitely I can go over more in maybe future videos if you want to see more the S2 versus the iPhone 5. I mean, compare the browsers and browser speeds and all that just because it's updated in iPhone 5's iOS 7, that the Safari browser is totally revamped and looks way better than earlier. So definitely something that I can take a closer look at. In general, I would say that definitely that iOS 7 looks more polished here than Android here on the S2. Menus looks it feels like something is wrong, that they can definitely polish it and make it look a little bit more like 2013. This looks a little bit like 2011, I think. Hopefully they can fix that issue, Samsung. And you can also see that you don't get, of course, the transparent bar at the top. You don't get some of the apps also that you do get in the S4. But it's still a good device. I would still be able to use this as my main device without complaining too much. But of course, it's nice always with new phones. So quickly look here. You can also see here that we do have some settings like the control center and notification center. You do have full settings here if you want to add the stock and some other cool thing here to that page or to the notification center when you swipe down from the top. If you want me to go over anything specific with these two phones, please let me know about that, and I'll see what I can do. If you did like this video, please give it a like, and I will hopefully see you all in the next video. Yeah, peace.